Hi, everyone. Lori Flasco here. It's a heavy time. And I don't know about you, but I've been on what they call the COVID coaster. It feels like it's up and down. And I've had some up times. I mean, I put a course online. I wanted to make sure it's a course on personal effectiveness on resiliency. I wanted to make sure that it was available for people that needed it. I've learned technology, some things that I really wasn't excited about learning, but I'm really glad that I have. But I've also had, some really tough things that have happened during this time. Some family that have passed away, not from COVID, thank goodness, but from other things and illnesses. And it's just been hard. It's been hard because we're isolated. Yes, I'm on the phone with my friends and colleagues, and that's so important. But there's um, there's still a heaviness. And so, with that, I know, and I knew at the beginning, I needed to do some things from the start to take care of myself. Some I did really well, some I am just putting into place now because I know that it's super important. But let me tell you of just a practice, which, by the way, practice over time starts to become a habit. And mine has become a habit, but it started as a practice that has been a game changer. So I want to share it with you, and I hope it works for you. And I adapted it from a man named Francois Cortez. I met him last year at a mind camp, and a mind camp is a sort of outdoor conference for all of these creative, really, really creative minds. And Francois, what he had us do, or what he had me do, is I got a book, and every single day, and we did some meditation and things like that, and that's optional, but every single day we wrote down, what is your intention for the day? What's your intention? How do you want to show up? What are the behaviors that you're going to use? I love that because you get to choose how you want to show up. So if I was to ask you that right now, how do you want to show up today? Do you want to show up joyful? Do you want to show up happy? Do you want to show up servicing someone else and making a difference? So if those things are important to you, what are the behaviors that you're going to demonstrate in order to show up that way? Do you want to show up in a grumpy mood? Do you want to show up whining and complaining? I don't think so. Yet, if we stop and we think about how do we want to show up, we know we need to put those behaviors in place to do that. So that's the first thing. And you want to write it down. I think writing it down, you make a commitment to yourself, you put it into paper. There's something with that handwriting that cements it in. So you write it down and it helps us to remember. The next thing that you do is you write down, what do you want to accomplish? What are your priorities? Right? I mean, how many times do you get into work, get into your office, and it's all of a sudden 3 o'clock and you've done nothing, nothing. I will tell you, this is how I got my online course finished, is I had to finally shut everything else down and block out time, block out, I'd set my cell phone, I'd set my clock on it and block out time. And that's how I got it done. So make a priority. What do you want to accomplish today? Write 3 things down and prioritize them. And these things can certainly be tasks. They can be in your work life. They can be something for yourself. It can be a workout. It can be something with your family. Doesn't matter. What are the top 3 things, and order them, that you want to accomplish? And then, and again, write those down. At the end of the day, you're going to go back to that list and you're going to look at it, and anything that you did, you're going to celebrate it. Anything, even partial, even like this much of something, you're going to celebrate it. You're going to say, good job, because I'm going to tell you something. Even if you did this much, that's more than you would have done otherwise. And this much is sometimes like a huge piece of accomplishment, because again, it's almost like we're wearing weight sometimes with what's going on. So bravo to you. If you've accomplished a lot, have a big celebration, right? Go and have a nice bubble bath. Go and have a chat with a friend over a cup of coffee. So do something healthy for yourself. If you didn't, that is okay. You're going to stop and you're going to look at what got in the way. What got in the way? Why didn't I? How important was this to me? And what can I do tomorrow to make sure that it does happen? And it's not an exercise in beating yourself up or feeling guilty or shameful. It's an exercise of saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to give myself a break. And I'm going to do everything that I can to take care of me. And that might mean I need tomorrow on my list to put down a nap. I need, instead of making this big, long, bulky opportunity thing, maybe it's just to go for a walk, right? So you want to look at what got in the way, why not? Because maybe you were exhausted and maybe that was too big, and make it more realistic for yourself tomorrow. Again, this is an important time for you to put the oxygen mask on yourself so that you can take care of the rest of the world, so you can take care of your family, so that you can show up being the best that you can be. Be kind, be safe, wash your hands, and I'll see you soon.